सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरोः पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा। We will also recite Slokas 9 and 10. Today we are going to see 11 and 12. We covered this in the last class. Satchidanandatmani anushyute Nitye Vishnau prakalpitah Vyaktayo vividhah sarvah Patake katakadivat. Then you have got the next one, that is the 10th one. What is the 10th one? You have before your hand. Yatha kasho hrishikesho nanopathikato vibhuhu Atpedhat bhinavadbhati Tannashe sati kevalo bhavet. Correct. Tannashe kevalo bhavet. Yeah. Today's slokas also you can see in your mobile. Nanopathi vasadeva Jati namashramadayah Atmanyaropitah Toye rasavarnadibedhavat. So that is the verse for today. Let us look at that. So we understood what is Upadhi. Upadhi is that which is there and then in very close to the Atma, this body and the body-mind-indriya complex. And this will transfer its properties to the, as though it has transferred it. It's not really transferring. Okay, that's what we understood. And now he is extending that particular Upadhi concept further. So, because of the Upadhi Vedhas, we all look different. One is different from the other, as though we are different. In fact, the reality, the truth is the undifferentiated. The one Chaitanya inside is one and the same. But the Upadhi Vedha make me think that I am this and I am that and all that. Okay. Nanopati vashatyeva. That means Nana Upadhi Vashat, because of the various Upadhis Yeva only. Nanopati Ushat Yeva. Not Deva. It looks as though it is Deva. Vashat Yeva. Vashat is Panchami Vibhakti, the fifth case. Because of that, because of Nanopati Vashat Yeva. What is happening? Jati nama ashramadaya. Means what? I belong to this jati. I am Manushya jati. That is Vruksha jati. This is Jantu jati. This is Pakshi jati. This like that. Also, other jatis which we have created, as man has created several jatis. I am Brahmana, I am Kshatriya, I am Vaishya, I am Shudra, all these unnecessary confusions. Why they have come? Only because of the Upadhi. Because of this Upadhi, I am called man, that is called tree. Nanopati Vashadeva Jati Nama. Oh, this is so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so. No. Nama Rupa Jati Vesas Ashramadaya. Ashramas means here Varnashramas. Varnashramas means there are four Varnashramas. Balyam, Kaumaram, Yavanam, like that we say. As far as ashramas are concerned, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Brahmacharya is the period of study. That is 5 to 21. Before 5 it is Balyam. 5 to 21 is the education period where you gain worldly knowledge also. And then you become married and become a Grihastha, householder, where you are supposed to take care of you, not only you, people around. That is the Grihastha Dharma. So, and ultimately after 50, 60, the Grihastha becomes slightly reduced in activity, becomes Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means they used to go to the Vanas, forests. Like, the king, he gives the kingdom to the son and he goes to the Vanas. In those days. Here it's here in Vana only, Chaitanya Smaran. This is Vanaprastha. And finally is the sannyasa, that is complete renunciation of all responsibilities and concentrating on the inward journey. So, jati nama ashramadaya. Why they have come? Because of upadhi vashati. How many upadhis? Nanopadhi vashati. Where are they? Atmanyaropitaha. These are aropita, these are projected, these are superimposed on the Atma. The Sachidananda Atma doesn't have upadhis, it doesn't have jati bheda, it doesn't have nama bheda, it doesn't have asrama bheda. But we are projecting these qualities of the body, the upadhi and the Atma. That is what is upadhi. Upadhi temporarily projects as though it is of the Atma. But in reality, this upadhi cannot project anything in the Atma because Atma is much completely different from this. Okay? Atmanyaropitaha. There you have to break. Atmanyaropitastoye. That toye we have to set. Atmanyaropitaha. These are all projected on the Atma. Like how? He gives an example. Toye rasa varnadi vedavat. Toye means water. In the water, rasa, varna, adi, vedavat. A pure distilled water doesn't have any color. It is colorless, but we add something and make it, put some lime and some little bit turmeric in that becomes yellow. Or you make Coca-Cola out of it and make it colored water. Or you make lemon juice and then make a orange juice and then make it colored. But the color is not a property of the water. So the color, the property that we have added is appearing as though the water is colored. The water is not colored. That is varna, rasa. The distilled water is tasteless. Nobody likes to drink distilled water. But why is the water having taste? Because of the mineral content of the soil. The rivers flow along the course, they pick up a lot of minerals with them. That's why it will occur some sweet taste, salt taste, bitter taste, like that. In some places, water is very hard and bitter. In some places, it is salty, near seashore in Chennai and all. Here it may be, Kaveri water may be very sweet because of the minerals. These minerals are not inherent property of the water. This is add-on properties. These add-on properties are transmitted as though transmitted. Why as though I take that water and distill it? I get pure water and all these things will go away. So as though transmitted, varna adi besavat. Adi means etc. Suppose sometimes water may smell very badly. That is because of some durgandha in that. Or water may, scented water, you add some jeera into the water, it flavors. So these adi is like, smell and all. Like that, As there are several attributes added onto the water which make the water as though it itself is having those properties. Several upadhis are added to the Atma. These upadhis make as though the Atman itself is having the upadhis. Atman itself is Ananta. Atman itself is Reshmi, like that, it will go on adding all these things. So this is the gross meaning. The 11th verse of Atma Bodha, which deepens the investigation into how we mistakenly attribute the worldly characteristics to the pure Sachidananda self-Atma. Having established the analogy of space in the previous verse, we have said Akasha doesn't have any Veda. Akasha is not divided, but appears as though it is divided. Now he is bringing water. So each element he brings in and then tries to give the differences. Adi Shankaracharya now addresses the social and physical identities. What are the social identities? I am this jati, she is that jati, that is social identity. Physical identities, I have this type of body, this name, this address, this Aadhaar card, this PAN card. This is the physical identity, and etc. Other things like your ashramas, etc. Due to the power of various limited upadhis, limited attempts, the ideas such as caste, name, stage of life like brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, these are all our. So what are you? I am a brahmachari. I am a grihastha. You are not a grihastha. You are Sachidananda. The upadhi is a grihastha. I am old man, old woman. I am elderly man. I am old man. I can say, Atma is not old. The Upadhi is old. That's all. So superimposed upon the self, just as flavor, color, and other attributes are attributed to water as though they are the properties of the water. Now, each word we will take. Nanopasi vashat eva. Nana upadhi vashat. Because of the influence of the various conditioning, limiting upadhis or adjuncts. Eva is solely due to that. Okay? Jati nama shreyadaya. Jati, caste, nama, name, ashrama, stage of life, adi, etc. means other distinction. Where are they? They're Atmanyaropeta. On the Satchidanandatma, these have been projected. These have been falsely superimposed. They are superimposed upon what? Atmani, the Satchidananda. Just as toye in the water, rasa, varna, adi, vedhavat. Rasa is taste, varna is color, adi is smell, etc., etc., are the vedhavat. Bring a water, here Upanishad gives a beautiful experience about this. You go to Kaveri and say, this is Kaveri water. Tamil Nadu people go to Kaveri and say Kaveri water. Godavari, Andhra people will say Godavari water. North Indian people will say this is Ganges water. Ultimately, when they merge into the sea or ocean, how can you distinguish this is Ganges, this is Godavari, and this is Kaveri? Yada Najya Chandamana Samudram Eva Astan Gachanti Nama Rupa Vihaya. They lose their name, they lose their shape, everything, and then get into this. Like that, here also is saying. To ye rasavarnadi vedavat. Okay. So this 9 and 10 have dismantled the objective plurality. That is the subjective plurality and objective plurality. Verse 11 goes a little deeper and attacks the social plurality. There we are saying Nama, Rupa, all that, just like the Khatake, Kataka, Divat, just like the various bangles and ornaments are nothing but the gold only. Nama, Rupa we have. Now he is addressing the social differences also. What are the social differences? Mostly I am this jati, I am this language, I am Telugu, I am Kannada, I am this, I am that. All these are upadhi problems. Why are you transmitting these upadhi problems onto the Atma? Why are you transferring them? They are not there. Once the upadhi is not there, then where is this Brahmin? Where is this Telugu man? As long as Upadhi exists, only that particular identity is there. If you are in the office, you are officer, you are product manager. Once you are out of the job, where is your product manager? It is not, you are no more a product manager, isn't it? So, Jati Nama Ashramaha. This is a deliberate and surgical insertion of those words, because lot of discrepancies are because Jati, Nama, Ashrama, Adayo, etc. differences. I am Brahmin, I am Kshatriya, she is Sudra, deep-rooted body identification. Unfortunately, I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Sudra, I am not a Brahmachari, I am not a Grihastha, I am not any else. What am I? I am the Satchidananda Atma. I am so and so. If you ask anybody first thing, what are you? I am so and so, working in so and so company, I am married, I have 2 children, all the biodata, in fact, of 5 pages of biodata attached. The moment somebody asks, each one of us probably have minimum of 5 pages to write about what we are. In fact, what that we are not. We are writing about what we are not as though we are. That is. Ashrama is a role-based identity. Ashrama here is, in those days, only 4 ashramas. Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. In ashramas, manager, peon, surgeon, doctor, sweeper, carpenter. These are all various differences. He is after all a carpenter. I am the manager. She is a sweeper. I am the surgeon. What difference is this you are talking? These are all your roles. See, the roles you are playing, you play some role on the stage. One day you are asked to act as Sita. The other day you are asked to act as Surpanaka. What does it mean for you? It's a role. Today you are Sita, next day you are Surpanaka. Today he is Rama, next day he is Duryodhana, the character. But he is neither Rama nor Duryodhana. Isn't it? So, the student, householder, renunciate, the function is mistaken for the Satchidananda. One is the jati differences, second is ashrama or the functional differences. These are not accidental examples. Shankaracharya purposefully brought jati, varna, ashram. The jati and varna are so much ingrained into our culture that we always identify. The moment I say, oh, are you a Brahmin? Are you a Telugu? This is the way I try to approach. That you should never ask the caste or language of the other person or how much he is earning, what job he is doing. If you voluntarily tells, okay. Don't try to probe, whether you're assistant manager or super manager. We are not interested. We are interested in the goodness in you. We are interested in the good culture that I would like to imbibe from. Okay. So I am Brahmin, I am John, I am old. Why do you say we are old? We are not old. Who said we are old? I am also 70 plus. You are also 70 plus. If anybody asks what they say, we are old. No, never say old. Atma is never old. Body it is. But the same Atma was there when you are 5-year-old child, when you are a 15-year-old girl, when you are a 30-year-old man. Same Atma is there. That has not changed. Isn't it? But the shape might have changed. The appearance has changed. The functions have changed. But doesn't mean these can be transmitted directly to the Atma. Never try to do the Upadhi Janita Bhedas which are superimposed on the Atma. Don't try to make a mix-up of that. This is called the wrong identity. This is called the Anyatha Grahana. Agrahana, I forgot I am Atma. That is Agrahana, covered. I forgot I am Satchidananda Atma. Instead, I am projecting myself as I am so and so, I am this lady, I am gent, I am this age, I have this varna, this jati, and all that. Okay, there. So, Aropa is not there, no real contact, no mutual transmission has occurred, transformation has occurred. Just as the flower example, the remove the red flower, the crystal is clear. Atma is crystal clear. You have put a red flower next to it and the crystal appears red. Not because crystal is red, this is as though transmitted. The moment you remove the red flower, same shines. Okay? Look. So too, caste also does not touch the consciousness. Gender does not come. Another big difference. We always say, she is after all a woman. He is after all a man. We try to discriminate the gender also very much. Never try to identify anybody with the gender. If I see her as a neutral person, she is not a woman or a man, as far as Vedanta is concerned, like that. So why the analogy of water? Water may be sweet, water may be salty, water may be colored, water may have smell, but these are not inherent attributes of a pure water. These attributes are copied or transferred or superimposed temporarily as though they are the properties of the water. That as though is very important. They have not really transferred. The pure water is still in that. Once we distill it, we will take away the color, take away the water, everything, and the pure water comes out. That's how distillation is done. Okay? So Advaita, this one is Vananopati Vashat Yeva. Vashat means because of the contact with the upati. This excludes external difference and real qualification is there. So the psychological bondage occurs because of that. What is psychological bond? I am old, so I cannot go alone. I require somebody to help. This psychological, physical dependency. I am student. I am still studying. I cannot contribute. I am gruhastha, so I can contribute, but I have to contribute to my family. I don't want to contribute to the society. This sort of psychological narrowness will come. So that is when limitations. You limit yourself. You are an unlimited entity. Satchidananda Purna Nitya Satya Suddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa Atma. You are conditioning yourself for a mean thing, calling yourself as a limited fellow. How much foolish we are. That is what he is saying. So this is the combined logic of 9 to 10. 9, 10 and 11 is world as an independent reality does not have. There may be many jivas, there may be many names, many forms. The plurality is appearing is objective and subjectively we see several objects, several subjects are plural. There is individualities also we see, but all these are null and void. Pure witnessing consciousness alone is the underlying substratum for everything. Okay, so there is one beautiful verse in Viveka Chudamani. In fact, 12 verses are there. That I will share that video which I have some time back. Jati niti kula gotra duragam nama rupa guna dosha varjitam desha kala vishayati vartiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. षट्भिरुर्मिभिरयोगि योगिहृद् भावितं न करणैर्विभावितं पुच्छवेद्यमनवद्यमस्ति यत् ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि भवयात्मनि. Like that, he goes on describing all these things in a detailed way. I mean, removing all the grain and the chaff on the grain and bringing the grain, the Atma. We don't have these attributes. They are not our real attributes. So with this probably we have covered. Let us chant the sloka once again with the meaning in mind now. Earlier we chanted without the meaning. Now we chant with the meaning. Nanopadhi vashati eva jati namashramadaya आत्मन्यारोपिताः तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् नाना उपाधिवशात् एव. Because of this nana upadhis are conditionings are adjuncts that we have limitation, we have identified ourselves as jati, nama, rupa, ashrama, functions and all that. Jati, nama, ashrama, adaya. Adi means etc. Adaya is plural. Jati, nama, ashrama, adaya. Vashatyeva. Only because of that. That Eva says, is only because of the upadhi, you are saying you belong to this jati, you have this name, you belong to this functionality and all that. Where are these? Where they're outside, there's no problem. These are put on the Sachidananda. Atmanyaropita. These are projected or superimposed on the Sachidananda Atma, which you really are. How it is happening? तो ये रसवर्णादि वेधवत् तो ये in the water. तो ये is the Saptami Vibhakti. That is to ye in the water, rasa, varna, adi, vedavat. Just as a pure distilled water does not have the color or taste or the smell or any other attribute, all these attributes of the dissolved elements in that are transferred onto the water as though they are the properties of the water. A pure water does not have those things. Similarly, pure Sachidananda Atma does not have any jati, any nama, any rupa, any ashrama, etc. Nanopati Vashadeva Jati Nama Shramadaya Atmanyaropita तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् So we understood that verse. It's exactly half time. We shift to the next verse. You can see the verse in your PDF. First we'll read the verse carefully and understand what he's trying to say. He's going deeper now, slowly. Then he is telling how this body is formed. Because this upadhi we are blaming, is upadhi only causing all these things. What is this upadhi? What is this body of yours? What is it made up of? How it has come to you as a body? That he is telling. Panchīkrita Mahabhuta Kritam Karma Sanchitam Shariram Sukha Dukkhanam Bhogayatanam Uchyate. Let us grossly, what he's saying is this gross body of ours, we have got two bodies. You may wonder what are two bodies. One body only I am having. Where is the second body? Did I leave it at home? No, both are with you here. What is that first body? What is appearing? Stula. Stula means gross body. That is the moving hands, feet, this, skin, all those things which are appearing. Everybody can see that. Not only I see my body, others also can examine. So that is the stula body. And there are certain stula bodies, they don't think stula body is confined to outside. There are stula bodies inside also. Stula parts. What are they? Heart. Some open, heart is physically can be seen, verified. Kidneys, liver, spleen, intestines, brain, everything that the surgeon is operating is a stula. The stula doesn't mean many people may understand. Stula is what is appearing outside, what is inside is sukshma, not like. Stula is both inside and outside also, depending on how you look at it. If you look at from the physical angle, you see. If you look at a surgical angle, you can see. If you look at an X-ray, you can see your heart there. It is gross, it's visible. If you take a picture of the X-ray picture, you see the lungs also. See a CT scan, you see the brain also. Every little part of the brain is seen. They are all stula.
Stula means visible.
Stula means gross. Gross. G-R-O-S, gross. What is visible to the examination by five senses? Whatever is visible by the five senses, if you can get it, you can physically you can understand it by one of the five senses, then it is stula. If you can see, listen, hear, touch, whatever is the five senses, it is stula. Maybe directly or indirectly. Use an instrument or without instrument also. For example, the star is there. I may not be able to see the clarity. If I have a telescope, I can see. So you may use an instrument also. You may not use an instrument. But this is available for observation. available for observation. How? By the five indriyas. Five of one or more of the indriyas. Gross. It can be internal, it can be external. It can be within the body, it can be outside the body also. Okay. Now, they are now looking at the body. So we don't look at the outside things. In the body, I have certain stula parts. There are some sukshma parts also there. What is sukshma? Sukshma is subtle. Subtle means cannot be observed with our five senses. Suppose you are hungry. Can I see the hunger? Is there a meter I can test your hunger? No. If you have warmth, temperature, I can test. If you have hunger, you have to tell, I am hungry. Suppose you are full. How can I tell that you are full? You only have to tell. Okay? Like that, suppose you are sad. How can I measure the sadness? You have to tell that you are sad. It is a dharma which is in the mind, which is subtle, which is sukshma, which is usually felt by the self himself. Of course, it will throw some signals outside. If somebody is sad, naturally his face, his appearance, attire, dressing, all that also will change. But grossly, we do not know what is the cause of all that change. That is the sukshma. Sukshma is that which is very much experienced by all of us, but it cannot be quantified using any of the five senses. That is the sukshma. That sukshmendriya is what are the sukshmas we have? We have the I'm seeing, I'm hearing. This is not seeing, this is eye, stula. The seeing power is the sukshma. This is skin. I'm able to perceive, that is sukshma. I can't say where it is. I can't pinpoint this is the touch. I'm hearing. This is not the ear I'm talking. The hearing. Hearing is different from ear. Eye is different from seeing. And sparsha is different from touch, the skin. So like that is sukshma. These are the five jnanendriyas are there. And the mind itself. How can I read your mind? Best you tell. There are several things in everybody's mind which they have never disclosed in their life. It will be like that. It's the sukshma. Buddhi, intelligence. Intelligence also, we can't, there may be some objective measures, IQ and all, but what you are at that particular time deciding using your intellect, you only know that. So these are mano, buddhi, ahankara, the ego. Ego means I sense. Ego means not the colloquial ego. He is very egoist, not that. Ego means I sense. That is, I am doing, I am enjoying, I am the controller, I am the monarch, I am the boss, I am blamed, I am criticized, I am rebuked. That I, whatever you are feeling, that is the ahankara. And the fourth one is the chitta. Chitta means the memory part. So your grandmother, she is not here, but you can see her in your eyes if you want. Close your eyes, think of your grandmother, she is here. Where from she has come? Chitta, memory. That chitta is called the memory. That's also very sukshma. It is not visible outside. So, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, four are called antahkaranas. Antahkaranas means that people, the four workers who are working inside. Antahkaranas, the instruments inside. The four instruments inside, plus the five indriyas which gather the information. The ability to perceive, ability to hear, not the physical eye and physical ear. They are stula only, they are visible. My physical ear, some problem is there, you can say, Doctor, you have a problem on your ear. But if I can't hear, you can't tell that. I only can appreciate, I cannot. So that is a sukshma amsha. So the sukshma amsha is not visible for direct observation. It can be medically, some of them can be verified, there's no doubt about it. So, for example, somebody is not having hearing. Medically, we can verify it. So, but then the Sukshmamsha is not readily available for observation. So, five Indriyas and the five Indriya Shakti, we can say here, instead of the Indriyas, Indriya Shakti, and also the four inner faculties. What are they? Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara, and Chitta. Manaha is it proposes and disposes. Let me do this, let me not do this. Shall I go to the mall? Shall I go to cinema? Shall I spend with my friend in Sunday evening? It proposes. Then Buddhi, no, mall last week only you have gone. Better you use the time for Atma Bodha class. You better go there. The Buddhi will tell. That's why you are here. So that is the intellect. And then the chitta. Chitta is the memory. So I am telling about ninth sloka. You are remembering, yeah, kat, atake, kataka, the last time we have learned. So that is gold, that is your chit. And I sense, that is, I am able to understand. I am not able to understand. Sometimes you say, I don't understand. That also is I sense. Sometimes you say, I understood. That also is I sense. These are the internal. So what are these five? Now we are saying, Panchikrita Mahabhuta Kritam Karma Sanchitam. So the Mahabhutas called five are there. What are the five elements? You already know that. Sky, Vayu, Agni, Jalam, and then Prithvi. Prithvi is the air. These, whatever you are seeing, these are gross elements. We are able to observe, isn't it? I'm able to observe the Vayu, observe the sky, observe everything, observe heat, everything. These are physical, already gross. So, what is the subtle part of it? In the subtle part, they are not intermixed. They are independent. Vayu Tattva is that we call Vayu Deva. Earth, Akasha Deva, Digdeva, Akasha Deva, Jala Deva. That means the subtle part is called the Sukshma Bhuta. The Sukshma Bhuta one we cannot experience with our instruments. If the Sukshma Bhutas get converted into the Stula Bhutas only, we can observe. So the Stula Bhutas are a product, are a derived entity of the Sukshma Bhutas. Sukshma Bhuta is the original entity, then their derived entity is called the Sukshma Bhuta. How they are derived? There is a process. The process of conversion of the Sukshma Bhutas into Stula Bhutas is called Panchikaranam. There is a specific, this one is called Panchikaranam. What is Panchikaranam? I will explain. Okay. Let's say this is the Stula Bhuta. I cut it into half. One piece I keep it, I keep aside. This half, I will cut it into four. One of those four will join to the next Bhuta. The other one will go to the third one. The last one, the third one will go to the fourth one, and finally. So each of the formed elements we are seeing are the original part of that Bhuta is 50%. Remaining 20 or 12.5, 12.5, 12.5 of the other four elements. So let us consider Prithvi. This is visible. This visible earth is a composite of 5. 50% is the Prithvi Tattva, 12.5% is the Akasha Tattva, 12.5% is Vayu, 12.5% is the Agni, and 12.5% is the Jala. I'll show you, I'll send you a chart in this one. You will be able to understand afterwards. So that's how this occurred. Do you think it has occurred only once? No. Once that is formed, again it redivides like that, and multiple times this sort of intermixing occurs, and the various elements are formed. Now, periodic table, you see, you've got so many elements. So only we have five we are telling here, five so many. Those are all derived elements from these five only. Even in fact, they can say halogens, these are inert gases, metals, like that you are classifying. No, all are some little modification of the internal structure. One lithium is next in the same group, next element, the same period, it will be, next element will be something else, sodium or something. So like that, all these things are internal modifications of these five only. Basically, there are five. Panchikrita Mahabhuta. Panchikritam. That is what I have explained now. That is the internal combination, admixture of the five bhutas. Kritam. This is created. What is created? The Stula body is created. All the things, not only our body, every object is made up of these five elements. No, never not. Then everything will look alike. The proportions will be different. That is the beauty. For example, if you are looking at a vruksha, there the quantity of the material part is much more. The water part is also very much more, and the vayu part is less. So like that, the proportions will differ between one animal, one vruksha to other vruksha. After that, the creation makes various other combinations of those things. With the result, there will be proportion of water will be more in some place. In your own body, for example, this nail, there is very little water here. No water at all. Temperature also is not mainly manifest here. So in your own body, several parts will have several proportions of those things. So Panchikrita Mahabhuta, for example, hair. So where is the water content in that? Very little. Go to the blood. The water content is very much there. More. So go to go to your lungs. The air content is very much. In the very body itself, the content of each of these bhuta will be different. So first gross, stula element, the subtle elements are there, sukshma bhuta. Sukshma bhuta cannot be utilized, cannot be perceived. Sukshma bhutas have to get converted by intercombination in various proportions to produce the stula bhutas. The stula bhutas further and further combine to produce various materials which make up different upadhis. Even in the same upadhi, the proportion will differ. That is how they are kritam, they are created. Which is created? The stula part is created. Ultimately, there are only 5 elements. And again, he added one more word, karma sanchitam. How is the sukshma amsha created? Sukshma amsha is mind, buddhi, ahankara, intellect, ability to grasp, ability to hear, ability to see. These are sukshma. This is karma sanchitam. You have created already some bank balance in the last janma. That bank balance is utilized to produce the sukshma. That's why one gentleman is intelligent, another lady is beautiful, another person is very kind. So many differences are coming because of the karma sanchita. So the stula body is more or less the same everyone, but the sukshma body is individually customized by you. When did I customize? In the last janma. Or now also, how did you customize your present birth, present shape? All the 65 years, 70 years of your tendering that body and the sukshma body, your mind is customized. Now, what is your mind now? Now let us leave alone the Purva Janma. Even whatever mind or intelligence you have got, you have created it over time. Karma sanchitam. Karma is action. So you have only acted in such a way that your mind is what it is now. Isn't it? Or the intellect is what it is now. Your memory is what it is now. Your I-ness is what it is now because of your karma. You can extend it to the previous janma also, no problem. Some people said, I don't believe in it. Doesn't matter. Even in this janma, if I am, let's say, I am an intelligent man, or you're an intelligent woman, all this has come overnight, it has not come. So you have karma sanchitam. So the sukshma can be conditioned by your action. So if your actions are good, your sukshma amshas will also be good. Isn't it? So, panchikrita mahabhuta kritam karma sanchitam. That kritam is a word which is interposed both sides. You can observe that. You see, such is called the very beautiful way. Panchikrita mahabhuta karma sanchitam. Panchikrita mahabhuta is the gross body, karma sanchitam is the sukshma body, kritam created. This is created, that is created. The kritam word interposed in between, it looks at this side and looks at. Such a word is called the Dehali Deepanyaya. That means you take a lamp in olden days, put it on the doorway. That lamp lights outside as well as inside. Do somebody say, sir, is this lamp for outside or inside? It's both, sir. It is inside and outside. Dehali is the door frame. Dehali Deepanyaya. Dehali Deepanyaya is put a word in the center, and that word will have an influence on this side and that side. That is exactly as used the Dehali Deepanyaya, a subtle aspect of Sanskrit. Panchikrita mahabhuta kritam karma sanchitam. So I am not wrong in pronouncing kritam with karma sanchitam, because that also gives meaning. Kritam karma sanchitam. Shariram sukha dukkhanam. Then immediately your question is, sir, I am one day very happy, one day I am very sorry, one day I am very healthy, the other day I am waiting for 8 hours in doctor's office. Why all this happening? Shariram sukha dukkhanam. Sukha and dukkha, pain and pleasure, arogya, anargya, anarogya. All these are because of the upadhi. The sukha is of the upadhi. The dukkha is also of the upadhi. Maybe sthula upadhi, maybe sukshma. Maybe sometimes you feel very sad. If you go to doctor, everything is perfect, Amma. Nothing is wrong in your physical body. I think something wrong with your sukshma body. The other way around. She is mentally very much, you do all mental tests, wonderful, but there is a big swelling with ulcer oozing on the physical body. Or it can be a combination of both. Because Sukshma body is not in Chaitanya Smaran and Stula body is not in Apollo Hospital. Both are in the same being only. So this reflects on this reflects on that. Whatever is your mind, it is reflected on the Stula body. Whatever is the Stula body, it takes a brunt on the mind also. Sukshma Sarira is in and through. Where is Sukshma Sarira? It is in and through the whole body. You cannot localize Sukshma Sarira is in this part of the body. Sthula Sarira you can localize. Where is your hand? You can say. Where is your nose? You can say. But Sthula Sukshma Sarira you cannot. I'll tell you about that. We'll come to that. What remains, what goes, we have to see. One day we have to take a class. There are 4 things in that. One is the Sthula Sarira, the other is the Sukshma Sarira, third one is the Karana Sarira. One more thing, and then the Sachidananda. What will happen to each one of them, we have to discuss. Let us see. Now, so पंचीकृत महाभूत कृतम कर्म संचितम. The 5 gross elements only have manifested into the 5 small sukshma elements. Subtle elements have manifested as sthula elements and they have created the physical body. And the sukshma sarira is created out of your karma sanchitam. That how you have conditioned itself using the physical body. In the Esther birth and now also. I have given the example. So, Sariram. Now, Sariram is what? Combination of Stula and Sukshma. Sariram means Stula Sarira plus Sukshma Sarira. Together is, can I separate your Sukshma Sarira and only keep you here? That is, we cannot do that. Or can I keep your Sukshma Sarira only here and then remove your Stula? It's not possible. They are integrated. So, Sariram, Sukha Dukkhanam, plural. Sukha and Dukkha. Sukha Dukkhanam. Bhoga ayatanam uchite. Ayatanam means house, tent. Ayatana is tent. This is the tent or the house. You experience the sukha and dukkha. That means all experiences occur in the sarira. In the sarira only. It part of them may be gross, part of them may be subtle. So somebody comes to us, doctor, you look so different today. You are very sad, but you are physically you are very healthy. Yeah. Something related to my Sukshma Sarira. The other day I am Sukshma Sarira is all right, but grossly I am having high degree on 104 fever, that is visible. So the Sukha Dukkha, elation and depression. I am very happy, very joyous, very depressed, very sad. These are mind. It is painful, swelling, bleeding, ulcer, fever. These are gross. The gross and this one, Sukha Dukkhanam, Bhoga, to enjoy them. This upadhi is the ayatanam. This upadhi is the tent in which, that means what? It negates Atma doesn't have sukha. Atma does not have dukkha. Bhogayatanam is the sariram. Sachidananda is not tainted by sukha dukkha. You cannot say he is a very happy Atma, she is a very sorrowful Atma like that. Atma is not like that. Are the place where the enjoyment occurs. Yes, both are pleasure and pain are felt here. Sometimes they are the cause too. So as you said, rightly put it, they can bear the effect or they can be the cause also. So Stula Sarira, there is some disease, it produces something in the mind. And Sukshma Sarira, some confusion is there. Son has quarreled and he left. His wife is quarreling, let us say. Then Sukshma Sarira is affected. Stula Sarira is all right. But that will have an effect on the Stula Sarira also. Okay? So this Shariram means here combination of both. Stula and Sukma together, they are the place of enjoyment. Bhoga ayatanam uchyate. Now, for each phrase we will take. Panchikrita mahabhuta kritam karma sanchitam. I have explained what is Panchikrita. That is five the gross elements, subtle elements. They cannot be utilized. They have to become gross elements. They have combined between themselves and Panchikaranam happens. Then they are available. And it doesn't stop there. They again recombine manifold times, multiple times and produce what exactly we are. Okay. See, for example, even that proportion of those elements changes. A child is there, very well hydrated, looks plumpy now. She has 10 loose motions. All the water is gone, looks very dull and dehydrated. So the proportion of the bhutas will change not only from person to person, in the same person also. The body weight in the morning usually the lowest. If you take in the night, it will be half a kilo more because you would have acquired a lot of water, everything from the environment, drinking and all that, and there will be a difference in the content of the body. So that you have to accept. Karma Sanchitam. Karma Sanchitam refers to Sukshma Shariram and Bhoga, for example, Panchikrutam refers to the Stula Shariram. Okay? Sukha, Dukkha, Bhogayatanam. The locus or field of experience for the Sukha and Dukkha. There is one word called Uchyate. Uchyate means described like that. Bhogayatanam Uchyate. They say it is experienced like that. So, why Shankara begins with Panchikrutam here? Panchikrata establishes that the body is gross, material, compounded, objectifiable. It is called Om-act in my teaching. Om-act. O object, M material, A attributes, C changes, T time bomb. OMAC. I am again writing. O object is objectifiable. M it is made of material. A it has got certain attributes. Big, tall, small, all the attributes. And C it changes. It is not like what it is every time. It changes. And it is limited in time. T. This is called OMAC. OMAC means anything stolen, not only body, anything. Even this is an object made up of materials. This has got some attributes. It changes over time and it is time bound. So everything like that. So Om Act. Anything Panchikratam will be Om Act. Whereas Paramatma or the inner Atma is unmade. It is not man-made. It is there from the beginning. It is not material. It is not indivisible. It is not objectifiable, and it is called non-Om act. So not object, not material, no attributes, no gunas. Paramatma is good boy, Paramatma is bad boy, Paramatma is sweet boy, Paramatma is red-colored boy. Not like that. We only say the attribute. No. Panchikrita is for the body. The Panchikrita will be under the 5 categories. Om act. Whereas Atma is not Panchikritam, so it is not under the Om act. It is called non-Om act. Non-object, non-material, non-attributes, no change in the Paramatma and not time. Okay. Mahabhutam is a product of Prakriti. So Mahabhuta are the ones, visible ones. Subtle ones are called the Sukshma Bhutas. The gross ones are called the Mahabhutas. After the Panchikaranam, the Mahabhutas come. The subtle ones are the Sukshma Bhutas. Sukshma Bhuta has become the Mahabhuta. Mahabhuta means it has taken the other bhutas also into it. I have explained that. I will show you that chart also. Karma Sanchitam. So, this body is an effect of this Panchikaranam and the Sukshma Sarira is an effect of the Karma. Okay? Shariram sukha dukkhanam bhogayatanam uchyate. The shariram is the seat where you experience. So there, for every experience, you have what is called the bhokta. Bhokta means one who enjoys. Experiencer. Experiencer is the bhokta. So you eat Mysore pak. Mysore pak is the experience. Isn't it experienced? What is experienced is Mysore pak. The experiencer is the bhokta. Okay, the object of experience and the experiencer, the bhokta. Likewise, there will be karta. Karta means doer. So karta and bhokta. So you do something and there will be an object of doing, and that object of doing is done by you. It is called the karta. Karta and the bhokta. This karta and the bhokta are to the body. Bhogayatana means karta also there. At this level, we learned the body is the karta and the bhokta. After some level, we know this is not the karta and the bhokta. We will understand later. Okay. So pleasure and pain, like that, any other duals, pleasure, pain, success, failure, heat, cold, so many hunger, satiety, so many duals. These are all experienced by the physical body along with the internal sukshma body. What is the psychological clarity? This verse, if it is accumulated, if I have pain, I will be say, oh, I am the watcher of the pain. I am the sakshi of the pain. I am not the pain. You will not say, it is not my pain. Say, just as you say, this is my cell phone, you can say, this is my pain. My pain means I am not. I am different from the pain. That immediately puts you on a different platform. If you start looking at every experience as a witness, and the experiences are going, and you are the witness. Oh, there is today temperature. Oh, body has temperature. Okay. Oh, somebody is ill. Oh, the bodily they are ill. So that means the inner Atma is not affected. That sense of difference is try to feel. That gives an inner calm, stabilized, neutral detachment.
Can we equate it to
We will discuss at the end of the class. So, final Advaitic insight into this sloka is there are 5 elements. Everything in this world is made of the 5 elements. Even by looking at the body also, he may look different from them. But if I subtly analyze, it is made up of 5 elements. I am also made up of those 5 elements. What is the big thing in saying I am superior or inferior to him? It is not. That way, some sort of commonality established. Second thing is the boy. He is looking very brilliant. He is looking very bright. He is having a very prosperous job. Another person is very poor. He is begging on the road. Why this difference? Always this question will come. So, if everything is created by God, why something is superior and inferior? It looks as though they are diametrically opposite. While somebody is Dhirubhai Ambani, somebody is a porter on the platform. Why? Karma sanchitam. As you sow, so you reap. Whatever you have sowed, that you are reaping. You are able to live up to 75 years. Maybe or some other Kirtan they would have perished at 55. Why? Karma sanchitam. Everything has a reason. The reason is its own man-made. That is, you only have created. So that gives a very and this body is bhogayatanam. I am experiencing pain, pleasure in the body. I am not the pain. I am not the sorrow. I am not the happiness. I am the sakshi of all those things. Sakshi Chaitanya. That is the understanding. Okay? So let us read both the verses once again. With that, we will close for today. And then verse number 11. नानोपाधिवशादेव नामाश्रयादय आत्मन्यारोपिताः तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् नेक्स्ट वर्स पंचीकृत महाभूत कृतं कर्म संचितम् Shariram sukha dukkhanam Bhogayatanam So I told you about that particular word kritam, which is looking at both the things. And some books it may be there, sambhavam. Panchikrita mahabhuta sambhavam karma sanchitam. Sambhavam also it has happened. Kritam means done. Sambhavam. Both words are tenable. If sambhavam you see in some particular text, no, don't get confused. They mean the same. Then the sloka will read like this. Panchīkrita mahabhuta sambhavam karma sanchitam shariram sukha dukkhanam bhogayatanam uchyate. Okay. So we have the last Shanti mantra. We have to say that and then close it. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Phunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. So the PDF is there, the video is there, how to sing the practice things are there, and all the links for the previous things are also given to you. And it is up to you now to utilize them and memorize those things. Okay.